Greetings and welcome to announcement time. We've got a lot because a lot's going on. We're already, into October, and it's a steady streak all the way to Christmas time at this point. So let's get into it. We did.
Excuse me.
Blessings.
Goodness. Thank you.
Oh, I had to stifle a sneeze during the service today.
Goodness.
It rarely happens. I wonder, there must be something floating
here,
around.
yeah.
Today, with many churches in the Missouri Synod, we observed LWML Sunday. It's always a great thing to be able to highlight the various ways that Lutheran Women in Mission serves both our church and the kingdom of our Lord in wider terms through the mites and the Bible studies and the mission emphasis that they have, their periodicals and written materials. There's just a incredible wealth of resources that they have created and make available to people. We had the Noisy Mite collection that was pretty successful from the sound of things and from the look of things. The thing about mite boxes and mite collection is that never stops. It's always a good time to bring your mite box in, add it to the ongoing collection. I remember mite boxes in the house from my earliest memories, and my grandmother had mite boxes at her place too. So if you don't have one, please let us know. We'd be happy to supply you with a mite box so that you too can join in this mission effort that's been going on for decades and decades at this point.
This coming week is our next opportunity to gather and for our book club. The book that will be in discussion is from Patty Callahan. It's called Once Upon a Wardrobe. It is a historical fiction book about C.S. Lewis's inspiration for his Narnia series. Meeting October 8th. That's Wednesday, right?
That is Wednesday. Yes.
October 8th at 1:00 in the small dining room. Come early if you want with a lunch and just kind of socialize with everybody else that came early. But the discussion on the book will start at 1:00. Bring a friend.
Yeah. Coming up this Saturday is another Bring a Friend opportunity, and that is to our men's breakfast that takes place at Coffee Post on 306 in Chesterland. Busy place, by the way. It seems like they're continuing to grow in terms of exposure in this area, and they have good stuff. And they let us use the next door space right now, anyway, for our gathering. So if you know a guy who would like to hang out Saturday morning, get some good food and coffee, and join us in a discussion that's going to touch Christianity at some angle. We never know what angle exactly, but if you'd like to learn more, I would suggest that you contact George Fretz with questions. You can get his contact info in our directory app.
And this is the time of year that we pause and give you an opportunity to just reflect on the coming year and how you might inventory your talents and time and treasure and use that for the work of God. That's really what this time, talent, treasure is all about. It's forms that we have available for you to just reflect on what you've done, what you might be able to do this coming year. And then we invite you to fill that form out if you would like. Rip it in half, and one half goes into the container. There's a basket there. That's the time and talent half. And then the treasure half goes into the acrylic box. There's instructions there. But again, this is just really for you, a tool that you can use as you look forward into the new year. And it does, of course, help us plan for our year as well.
I mentioned before, we're on this track to Christmas time. And before we get there, of course, we are going through the month of October. That's characterized by the big celebration, the final Sunday of the month, and that is our observance of Reformation Day. That very quickly leads in the next week to All Saints Sunday. Those two observances really do go hand in hand in a number of ways. And what we always like to do is include the names of our tribute to those who have fallen asleep in faith from among our fellowship over the last calendar year, since the last All Saints Day. There's a QR code in this week's bulletin that will allow you to fill out the form if you would like a name to appear in our bulletin for All Saints Day, All Saints Sunday. That's where you need to go and follow those links. If you could get those in by October 26th, we would greatly appreciate that.
Just another reminder as you enter into the main, the narthex, the main area, what is that? Like the lobby type area, the narthex.
The narthex.
There is a metal fish. You can put your coins in there for use to be sent to the Louis Vuitton School in Haiti, right?
In Haiti.
In Haiti. So just another quick reminder, there's another opportunity to share your talents or your treasures.
Your talents for fish stuffing.
That's true, fish stuffing. Yeah, we were at a national park, one of the local parks here, and we were walking across a bridge, looking at the pond. It had traversed a pond, and we're looking at the fish. There's little fish, but then there's this one big goldfish.
Oh.
Big goldfish. And somebody passing by noted that you see them every once in a while. They don't last long because they're so bright that the birds will grab them. But people come out, and when they're tired of fish, they're goldfish, they dump them in the pond.
Okay.
So
you have another chance at life.
Another chance at life, and then they just get plump and they're gone.
Yeah.
There's a connection there to the fish in the
feed the fish.
Yes, feed the fish.
Today we had it was week 2 of 7 weeks. I have good news for you, the good news class, and somehow, some way, we almost doubled the number of participants. So we had to pull out chairs and things. It was all good. And we flew through a summary of what the Lutheran Church believes and teaches, kind of a catechism outline type thing surrounding the 6 chief parts. But it's not too late to get involved. There's 7 weeks left, and we'll be talking about the sacraments in particular next week, baptism and the Lord's Supper. We'll also be talking about worship in the Lutheran Church and what makes it somewhat unique among other Protestant type churches, if you will, and other topics like mission. What does the Missouri Synod do for mission work, and how do we think of ourselves as local congregations? And then, of course, we're also taking a week to talk about structure and what does it mean in the first place to be a synod? I mean, it's in our name. Mm-hmm. But that's something we need to, I think, continually teach and explain what it means to be synod. So any one of those that you might be interested in, please join us. I do have a week-by-week schedule if you'd like to take a detailed look and maybe hit 1 or 2 of those. Or you might be interested in taking the class towards membership. It's not too late. I can give you the resources that you've not received so far. But that takes place in the Matthew Room, which is at the very north entrance. You come in the back door, as it were, and right away on the left-hand side, there is a classroom that looks out on the parking lot. That's the Matthew Room. Join us in there at 9:15, or join us in the fellowship hall at 9:15 for through the lessons Bible study as well. Just join us in the Word during the education hour. And it's exciting to see more people making use of that. And Sunday school as well. It's all there at that central hour for a reason.
Yeah. Our trunk and treat will be on the 31st of October, Friday. from 6:30 to 8:30 here in our parking lot. And so you're welcome to join us as a someone giving, or with kids as someone receiving. But join us. It's a lot of fun
Yeah.
to see everybody there. Handing out candy to the little kids and seeing the little kids grabbing the candy.
Did we mention candy?
Did we mention candy?
Yeah, it is hard to believe we're about halfway through our Operation Christmas Child initiative once again this year. And there's such a ton of work that goes into preparing for it, publicizing it, that once you're in it, it just seems to fly. And we're at that point right now. However, that doesn't mean it's too late to pick up a box, fill it, help to fund the shipping of those boxes. Those are still all possibilities for you. And if you have any questions about where we're at, what's needed still, please contact Debbie Turk or Marilyn Meyerholt. Again, Directory app will give you their contact information and you can reach out to them. They'd be more than happy to help out with that. And another very, very simple way of helping the reach of Operation Christmas Child is if you are on Facebook, and you go to the St. Mark page, there's always Operation Christmas Child posts that are going up. Believe it or not, any interaction that you make with those posts will boost the visibility. So just a like, a comment, share it to your timeline, but all of that adds up to more people potentially being exposed to what Operation Christmas Child is. And maybe they'll show up and ask for a box. You never know. Or may want to bring it to their church. Whatever the case may be, do please interact with those on Facebook. Every click helps to get the word out.
Boutique decor and regiftables. Christmas Boutique is coming up. It's coming up early November 7th and 8th. And it is time to gather your unused or unneeded holiday decor and or regiftables. You can gather them up, bring them in, and put them in the library. That is where they are being collected. Contact Lori Kudnick if you have any questions or anything about that. Also, what is needed is Christmas jewelry and bling jewelry. Unfortunately, I gave them all my bling jewelry last year.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yep. So think holiday parties, New Year's Eve parties. Those you can put in the small box labeled Ellen in that small dining room. And she asked for them before the 26th of October. Probably all of that before the 26th. We need time to organize and categorize and then display everything. The jewelry, you can contact Ellen Gilbert if you have any questions about that.
Ever thought about being an usher? If so, we have room for you to serve. I happened to hear our head usher, Tom Holt, recruiting this morning. He's doing an excellent job of it as we try to expand the opportunities for people to serve. And of course, the more volunteers we have, the less often you have to actually do it, which is another motivation perhaps. But it's a great way to serve, an easy way. It's very straightforward, but it's also welcoming. And time and time again, I get feedback from people who describe St. Mark as a warm, welcoming congregation. And of course, that begins the moment you are set foot on the premises, right? You come up to the doors, and typically somebody's there to greet you and help you get to wherever you want to go. Ushers are a part of that entire process, making sure people know what's happening in worship, finding a place to sit, just helping everyone to feel comfortable. And of course, then helping people navigate what do you do when you receive the Lord's Supper. It seems to be different everywhere you go. So, you know, if you have experience in churches, you're always working in the back of your mind, how do they do it here? And ushers can really make that a streamlined process. So if you enjoy just that sort of hospitality, we'd love to be able to give you a spot in our ushers rotation. Contact either church office or Tom Holt directly, and he'll get you trained and on the docket. Well, I said we had a lot of announcements, and there they are. Streaming this week will be fairly typical, although I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do Monday and Tuesday because I am busy tomorrow morning with a family matter. So we'll see what gets up online, but certainly by Wednesday, things will be back in normal order of operations. We will continue with Tuesday morning Bible study meets at 11 o'clock in person. We're working our way through a really interesting study of Joshua and how he led, how he made the most of opportunities to lead people. And it's eye-opening to see how we all are leading. And whether we think of ourselves as quote unquote leaders or not, people are looking to our example. And this is helping to sort of raise awareness of that fact, among other things. So join us for that Joshua study. It's really, each chapter is pretty self-contained, so you haven't missed a lot if you start right now. Join us for that if you could. And on that note, I think we'll wrap things up. Thanks for watching. And again, thank you to our women's league, the Lutheran Women's Missionary League. If you need a mite box, let us know. We'd be happy.